Hello and good day. My name is Connie Ann and I am a top producer with the Proctor Gallagher Institute. I was trained, coached, mentored, and brought to where I am today in the industry through my learnings from Mr. Val Proctor himself and his amazing team at the Proctor Gallagher Institute. Today I am very excited to come here and talk to you about one of the biggest questions I get in my emails and in my messaging, and that is, what is the law of attraction? And I hear about other laws. What are they? So today I want to come to you here in this video and explain to you in a little more detail, and maybe even in a lot of detail in some areas, what is that all about. I want to go in detail, one by one, through each of the 7 natural laws of creation as taught to me by Bob Proctor, to him from Earl Nightingale, and to Earl Nightingale from Napoleon Hill, as well as their lifetimes of personal digging in, their own growth and their own journeys, and coming together into a big, beautiful package called the 7 Natural Laws of Creation. To start off with, there is one law of all laws, and that is that everything just is. Energy just is. And when we understand that how we interpret things from our own personal experiences, beliefs, habits, and our own journey in the past, that creates the ideas that we have about how things should go or could go, good or bad or otherwise. So when we know that everything just is, then we can come at these 7 natural laws I'm going to talk to you about from a neutral place. And when we come from a neutral place, we can decide, are we going to go to the positive polarity or the negative polarity of it? And we're going to talk about polarity and the law of it in a few minutes. The first thing I really want to dig into right off the top is the law of attraction. There's a book over my shoulder right here, open to one of my favorite chapters, and that book is The Secret. The movie The Secret as well brought so many people the awareness in their lives of the law of attraction. The book that was The Secret was derived from is The Science of Getting Rich. If you have not read The Science of Getting Rich, I really recommend that as a piece of literature that you might want to dig into. The law of attraction is not a parent law. There is a law over and above that drives the law of attraction. The parent law is the law of vibration. So this is the biggest one I'm going to spend the most time on. So let's do that right here, right now. And I want to talk to you about that. The law of vibration is the parent law because vibration decrees that everything moves, nothing rests. Anything ever created, from the smallest atomic particle to the largest skyscraper, is in a constant state of energetic motion. When things are in motion, they are in a frequency. The frequency is the speed at which the molecules are moving. Okay, so when we are dialing into a frequency on our radio, it is the vibrational frequency of that radio station signal traveling through the air. You turn the dial on your radio, your receiver, to that, and it attracts that frequency, and you are tapped into that music that you dialed into. Because all things have a state of vibration, then emotions are a vibration. When we say we're happy or we're sad, we are actually labeling the vibration that our body is in. We don't say, Bob says this often in his trainings, if you've ever seen one, we don't ever say, I'm consciously aware of the vibration I'm in. We say, I am sad, or I am happy, I am worried, I am excited, I am fearful, I am hopeful. And it is the name we put to the vibration we're in. $10 million has a vibrational frequency. Sick, broken, homeless has a vibrational frequency. When we tap into the vibration of the thing we want, we are tapping into that vibration. If you think of a happy moment in your life, maybe a baby giggling, maybe a baby kitten if you're into cats, And you can't help but smile. I'm smiling just talking about it because we feel happy. We feel happy emotions. If we think about any number of things in our past that has not gone the way we wanted to, maybe the loss of a loved one, the loss of a career, whatever it is, we feel that heaviness. Maybe our fists clench and we maybe get sweaty, we feel sad, our face frowns, we physically get involved in the emotion that we are feeling. Our bodies are a reflection of our feelings. So whatever state your body's in, if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling upset, you are getting involved in a low vibration or a low frequency idea. Tap into a good frequency idea and you will be happy, you will smile, you will attract to you more good things in your day. You will see things in a different light because you are focusing on the good. And when you focus on the thing you want, the thing you're moving towards, and you're excited about it and you're feeling what it feels like once you get there and how your lives will change, you attract to you the things that will get you in that direction. Now, is it a magnet thing and you thought about something really happy and something happy happened? That does turn out sometimes. Sometimes you're thinking of a friend you haven't talked to a long time and boom, there they are on the phone. It happens. Also, we are looking for the good in the world. We are looking for the opportunities. We are saying yes to the opportunity instead of being doubtful, fearful, and worried that if I take this job promotion, if I jump in both feet on this, what will people say about me? What will people think about me? And then we don't do it. So we are creating the atmosphere in our lives of not being in motion or being in motion. All right. So the law of vibration moves us into activating the law of attraction. If you want to talk about that deeper, there are a lot of layers to just this one law, please DM me. I would love to get on a call with you and help to clarify for you the law of vibration. Bob Proctor has a lot of beautiful videos on YouTube as well. If you look up the law of attraction or the law of vibration, Bob Proctor, he will talk to you a lot about that through video as well. But I am more than happy to jump on a quick call with you and answer any other questions. But just know that what you vibrate with, what you resonate with, what you get excited about, happy with, joyful about, you will move towards it and it will move towards you. Okay? We cannot think about bad, negative things, talk about the negative things going on in the world and expect an abundance of beauty to come into our lives. It is absolutely not going to happen. So how do you know what vibration you are in most of the day? Look at your results. What life are you living? Are you living the life of your dreams? Then you are probably vibrating on the positive side towards the abundance. Okay. So I could go on for 3 hours just on this one topic alone, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to move on to the next law, the law of perpetual transmutation. This is the creative process. Transmutation says that everything that you hear, smell, taste, and touch, together with our emotions, is the manifestation of energy on various levels of vibration. So energy just is. Transmutation means all energy is always present in one form or another. So when we think about it very simplistically, for me to draw that picture for you, water. Okay, water falls from the sky. It was a gas. It fell from the sky. It became water. We froze it. We put it in the freezer. Maybe it was on a pond. It froze. It is now a solid. It defrosts. It goes to a liquid. We boil it. It becomes steam. The steam becomes vapor, becomes ether, becomes the clouds. It rains and it comes back again. Those molecules are always there. They're in a constant cycle. Same with a tree. A tree grows from the energy of the ground into a big, beautiful tree. Eventually it dies and it comes into the ground and it becomes energy again and nourishes the next tree to come up from it. Energy is always around us. Perpetual transmutation of energy. Energy always is. Our thoughts are energy. Therefore, any idea or image that is held in the mind and properly nourished must move into its physical counterpart because the emotions are expressed through the body. The body moves into action, which produces the results. So tying together with that law of vibration and attraction that I was just talking to you about. The law of rhythm. The law of rhythm is a good one to know about. Everything has an up and down, a back and forth. Music has upbeats and downbeats. The ocean ebbs and flows with the crests of the moon. Life ebbs and flows as well. So yes, we are born, we have an amazing life, and then we move on and our energy transmutes into a different form of energy. But also in our lives in between there, the things we do along our journey, we have ups and downs. In our business, we have times when our business is just booming and times where maybe the phone isn't ringing as much as it used to, or you're not getting all the emails you used to, but then you will crest back up again and you'll be up running again. When we understand everything ebbs and flows, when that downbeat comes, when that slow time comes, you can count on that there will be an upturn and things will be good again. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow or next month, nobody knows, but it will come. So when you are riding the wave, enjoy it, enjoy the abundance, keep that flow going as long as you can. And when you notice things slowing down, what I do is I actually talk to that downturn. I go, oh, there you are. I've been waiting for you. Cannot wait for you to leave. But in that meantime, I reset. I relook at what I'm doing. Take a look at processes I'm doing that maybe I could do a little bit better in the future. What did I do in the past that really worked that I want to keep? And so we can ride that ebb and flow. And when the dip comes, it's not, oh, darn it, yeah, see, this isn't going to work. I might as well go and work at the gas station on the corner. No, it is the flow of life that ebbs and flows, the law of rhythm. Okay, so the next time your business isn't doing so well, just go, oh, there you are, and plan your next attack up the hill. Okay, I promise you that ride up the hill is coming again, and you will just keep rising higher and higher, and you will get there. The law of relativity. This is one of our higher faculties that we can tap into. It is our perception. Relativity is that all things are relative. All things are as we perceive them. So in the beginning, when I first got on here with you guys, I was talking about energy is. All things just are. Everything is neutral until you think about it. Until we put our perception to it. Okay? So this to some things is a lot. To other things, this isn't very much. Okay? In terms of the 40-story building going on across the street from where I live, this is not very much. But to paper, if I was talking about stacks of paper, that's 50 sheets of paper. That might be a lot if you only need one. It's all perception. It's all relative. We can change our perception anytime we want. As humans on the planet, we have the ability to choose. We can choose to remain neutral because everything just is. We can choose to look at the good side or the bad side. We can pick our perception of it. All things are relative. Okay. So when you're in a disagreement with somebody, when you're in an argument with somebody over something and you're just not seeing their way of it, just go neutral. Okay. It's your perception versus their perception. That's all it is. It just is. It really just is. All right. So that takes us to one of my other favorite laws, the law of polarity. Everything has an opposite. If something is negative, it can be positive. If something is good, it can be bad. Okay? Wet and dry, in and out, up and down. There wouldn't be an inside of this office if there wasn't outside walls to this building. And so all things have that opposite side to them. So in terms of what I was just talking about, when we're in a discussion with somebody and it's not going so well, their perception to them, their thoughts on the thing are correct to them. Your ideas and thoughts of the thing are correct to you. And something interesting that I have learned along my journey is that when everybody is thinking about something being in one way or another, it does not necessarily make it right. There is a collective paradigm, that on an idea on one thing. Like, for example, growing up, money is hard to get. Money does not grow on trees. We have to work hard for every penny. That is a collective idea, a collective thought. But to the people that are using these laws in the right way, that are engaging their higher faculties in the right way, getting money is easy. It's a person's perspective that money is hard, that I'm always going to be broke. It is that person's perspective that was simple. I'm going to go make my second million. And it's all possible. It is just about perception and how we look at it. And if we begin to look at how, oh my gosh, yes, I can buy that house. I can pay cash for it. I can drive that car of my dreams. Other people are driving it. Why can't I? Now your perception has changed. Now you are feeling like you can go get it. Now you're excited about it. Now you've attracted the law of attraction, the law of vibration. You're now vibrating on that frequency because now your perception is going, wow, I can have that. Why not? If they have it, I can have it. Then we start activating all it. And all of these laws we're talking about all tied together when we begin to use them properly in the right direction. So the law of polarity. The next time you're in a discussion with somebody and you guys don't see eye to eye, just remember that what they're telling you is their perception to whatever that thing is you're talking about. Yours is your perception. And neither of them are right and neither of them is wrong. So we can agree to disagree. You can say something like, I see where you're coming from. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I know that that's your opinion and I value your opinion. So I'm going to give you this one, or let's just call it a draw. And we can diffuse things by understanding this law, okay? The law of polarity. So this is the other perceived law of laws, the law of cause and effect. Ralph Waldo Emerson calls it the law of law. He's the one that coined it that. This law agrees that whatever you send into the universe comes back. Action, reaction, equal and opposite. What goes around comes around. Careful what you wish for. Whatever you put out there, you get. So when you are thinking about debt, when you're thinking about the bills to pay, when you're worried about losing your job, when you're worried about your car being repossessed, when you're worried about not having money for rent, there is some great universal energy out there. In The Secret, they call it the genie, that says, as you wish, O Master, and what you wish for, you receive. Okay? So when your goal is to pay all your bills, that is not a good law because you are thinking about your bills, you're thinking about the money you owe, and you're actually focusing on the negative. Okay? Think about what it feels like to have an extra $10,000 at the bank at the end of the month after you've done all of your living for the month. Think about how amazing it would be to open your bank account on the 1st of next month and see all of that money in there still, knowing that you have graciously been able to pay for having lights on in your house, for your cell phone, for your internet, for all of these things. Feel what that feels like and show gratitude for it. When you pay for your coffee, when you pay for your groceries, be grateful you have the money to pay for it and focus on the good. What you put out comes back with precision. We call it the boomerang effect sometimes, right? You throw it out there. Eventually, someday, somewhere, somehow, it will come back on you. What you do to others, you do to yourself. Even if you are at work, and I know this happens quite a bit out there in many industries, that, oh, I'm just going to take this ream of paper home. My boss won't miss these pliers. The company won't go under if I take them. You are harming your energy by any of those things that you do. If you have that pair of pliers or that stapler or that something at home that you borrowed from work, consider taking it back tomorrow. It will straighten out that energy. You'll feel better about it. So every time you're picking up that thing, you're not thinking, oh yeah, I took this from work. And that's a hit on your energy and it will come back to bite you. Okay. So if your world is not spinning in the right direction, if you are not on a positive creation cycle, consider all of these things we've talked to, and particularly the law of cause and effect. What have you put out there in the past? Because your circumstances today are based on your thoughts, feelings, and actions of yesterday, last week, last month, last year. I promise you, if you start thinking in the positive and you start living for the future and a beautiful future and doing things where no harm comes to any other of God's creatures or to yourself or to your energy, you will have amazing results so fast. Just a small little change. It can mean the world to you and your family. I absolutely promise you that. In the last law, the seventh one, the law of gender, the law of gestation, all things take time. We like to live in this instant life. You don't like what's on the TV, you change the channel. You don't like what you're reading, you just flick your phone and you just scroll by all of this information. Our life is changing so fast, so fast. And we have to know that not all things are instantaneous. Food takes time to grow. If you plant carrots, it takes a while for you to get to eat carrots. It takes time. Babies in mommy's tummy takes time. Your dreams, your goals, they take time. How long will they take? It could be a couple of weeks, could be a couple of months, could be 10 years, but if you don't go after it and you keep going after it, it will never happen. Everything has a gestation period. You can speed it up, you can activate it quicker by living within these laws in the positive polarity version of focusing on what you want and where you're going, and at least 51% of the time every day you are thinking about what you want and what you're creating. You are not engaging in negative conversations. You are stepping away from the news. I always have a challenge, and I'll throw it out to you right now. Take the next 7 days as a hiatus from watching the news, reading the news, talking about the news. Step away from the news. I challenge you that. Don't read posts on Facebook unless they are positive and uplifting. Do not do it. I give you that challenge, and challenge your friends, challenge your team, challenge your coworkers to do the same. It is a real awakening to see how better you feel every day by not engaging in the news. We can know what's happening in the world without sitting down and totally investing ourselves in it. The law of gender, all things take time. Alrighty, so some visualization, some thoughts I want to leave you. I'm just going to go through each of these laws one more time really quickly and just give you a little food for thought on each of them. First of all, the law of attraction, the law of vibration. Write down your goal. What is your goal? You are here, you have a there. Where is your there? Write there down, what that looks like, what it feels like. Don't have to know how you're going to get there. If you knew how to get there, you'd be there by now, wouldn't you? The fun is in seeing it unfolding. When you get there, you can look back and go, oh, that's how it happened. Would have never thought it was going to do that way in a million years. So write down your goal. Every evening when you're drifting off to sleep, when your eyes are closed, go to that goal fulfilled. What does it feel like? What are you thinking about? How is your life now that you've reached that goal weight? Now that you have that perfect partner, now that you're living in that house you want to live in, now that you've created the job that you want to have, how does that feel like? Every morning as you're slowly waking up, before you open your eyes, go back there again. As soon as you have that realization that you're waking up, wake up into that new world every day. Then when you're awake and you're having your first cup of coffee in the morning, write it down. In the present tense, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm living in my house, now that I'm at my goal weight, and what that feels like, and give a little brief description of it. Just those simple tasks alone will make a world of difference, on top of not watching the news. All right, the law of transmutation. Get emotionally involved in your goal. We are going to activate that energy, that positive energy of the thing you want, by doing that visualization, getting emotionally involved in it. Whatever we get emotionally involved in, our body goes into motion for. So every time we are emotionally involved in a negative thought, our body is activating the law of attraction towards that negative thing. When we're thinking about that goal, we're activating that energy. So get emotionally involved in that goal. The law of rhythm throughout your day, as you are going through your life, as you're going through your job, as things are happening, just remember that ebb and flow. Okay, always keep that in mind. And when you're feeling the dip, just go, oh, there you are. I was expecting you. Can't wait till you're gone. and then plan your next attack up the hill. All right. So relativity, perception. How can you look at things differently? When you find yourself feeling sad, angry, mad, if you're in a conversation with somebody and it's not going well, just pause. Literally stop, take a breath, take a drink of water, slurp a coffee, whatever you want to do, and reset. And while you are in that little reset, whether it's 5 seconds, 30 seconds, or you just have to excuse yourself and leave the room, say, what better perception can I have of this? As you do it consciously, you'll begin to do it automatically. So every day, all day long, think about perception on things. Polarity. Always remember and understand that there is an opposite to any negative thought, feeling that you are having, okay? Look for the positive side. If you can't see the positive side, something that I've learned from Mary Morrissey is to defer feeling bad for 3 days. Usually within that 3 days, it will reveal itself, the reason why this event happened. Not always, but sometimes. But in the meantime, for those 3 days, life's been okay and you haven't been dwelling on it, worried about it, stressed about it, okay? So polarity, always realize there is an opposite. So you can always look for a better side of it. The law of cause and effect. What are you currently receiving in your life? What effects are you having? What has caused you to be where you are? Something that I never shared with you guys here, I talk about it quite a bit in other videos, but I used to be broken, homeless, and living on the floor of my friend's apartment. Everything I owned was in the back of my car at the time. And I came to the realization that I put me there. My thoughts, my actions, the people I was hanging out with, the things that I chose to do got me into that situation. So where are you today? What actions, thoughts, decisions have you made for you in your life that got you where you are today? All right. It could be as grandiose as with me, I chose to marry that person. Okay. I chose to leave that marriage, but I chose to marry it. That was my choice. I said yes. So I got myself into that position, but I also got myself out of it. So what is the cause of the effect of the life that you have today? And what better thoughts can you have to build a better tomorrow? And gender, of course, the law of gender, just realize all things take time. The only way you will not get the goal that you're visualizing every morning and every night is to quit. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. If tomorrow you decide to get up and not do your business anymore, you have to start all over again somewhere else. Just keep moving forward. Your grass is green. Your side of the fence is abundant. Okay, switch your polarity. Switch how you're looking at it, and you will have a very green, a very beautiful, a very abundant tomorrow. I promise you that. Any questions at all about anything I've talked about here today, please DM me or send me a message below here. You can email me. My email is simple. It's ConnieAnn@ConnieAnn.com. I love hearing from you guys and all of your comments, so I'm 100% here for you. Whatever you need from me, please reach out. Thank you so much for your time. I hope I've been able to clarify all of these for you, and I wish you nothing but abundance, beauty, and success for all the rest of your days. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye for now.